Good afternoon. Jim again from Bang Time Pool. Appreciate you tuning in today. And as I mentioned a couple days ago, yes, I do have sunglasses on. I am outside and by the pool, so we may get some interruptions here. I may have a neighbor, I may have a boat going by on the canal, I may have someone mowing across the way, but we're going to do our best here to give you the information that I mentioned a couple days ago. As you know, most of our gyms and things have closed down, and it's been a long time since I missed a day at the gym. So I'm figuring out things that I can do at home to supplement the time that I spend at the gym. Now, I'm not pumping myself up here or anything, but I have been in this business for a long time. I actually have a streak of 1,979 consecutive days of 10,000 steps or more. Yes, that is about 5.5 years. That's through hurricanes, sickness, vacations, you name it. I get my 10,000 steps. So when I say fitness is part of my lifestyle, fitness is part of my lifestyle, okay? So what I want to start with today, and this is going to be a two-part series. Today will be the upper body portion of what we can do at home. Tomorrow will be the lower body portion, okay? Now what I want to do is design approximately a 6-day routine, so we want to make sure we're not working the same muscles in a 48-hour period. Meaning, if I work my chest or my shoulders, I don't want to do it for at least 2 days. Okay, we want to make sure we give those muscles time to heal, okay, and recover before we work them again. So what I'm going to do is after tomorrow's video, I'm going to give a recommendation on what I would do on a week, giving Sunday as a day off, so it'll be a 6-day workout. And so today, what I want to start with, I want to work the triceps and the chest first. Now, I do have some dumbbells from years ago where I did work out at home, so that does help. But what we want to keep in mind is, we can use anything that we have, whether it be, I've heard of soup cans, milk jugs, you name it. Get something if you don't have dumbbells, which I'm going to try to give you some things. You don't need a lot of weight. And we're not trying to build bulk here, so we don't need a lot of weight. We just need reps, okay? So, and I'm going to give you a range, a low range and a high range. Not everyone, is at the highest level yet. First of all, make sure that, that you've done this before and you've, got a doctor's consent and things like that. We don't want anyone just jumping into this and something happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some things that I do. Okay. Now, what I like to do is start with push-ups. Now, what I do is sets of 25. Now, I'm not asking you to do sets of 25. If you can only get 5, then do sets of 5. The object is to build up. Okay. So I'm going to do sets of 25. Usually, I do 4 sets in, which will work the triceps, and I'll explain that, and 4 sets out of 25. So if you do the math, that'll be 200 total push-ups. And then in between those, what I do is curl-ups or crunches. Okay, I do sets of 25, and I do 5 sets, which is 125 total. Okay, so I'm going to kind of give you some information on what I do, or some guidance on what I do, how to work these exercises, what not to do, what to do. Okay, so I will warn you, I'm going to be moving this camera around different angles. I want to make sure I give you the information that you need to complete this at home, because where else we're going to do it at this time. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is push-ups, and I'm going to adjust the camera here so we can get down. What I'm going to do is face the camera. So one of the biggest things with push-ups is, I'm going to go this way first. What we want to do is get up on our toes, and we want our back and our neck aligned, okay? We want everything in line. All right, now the biggest thing that people don't get out of this is we want to make sure that we get to 90 degrees with our elbows, which I'm on my knees, yes, but 90 degrees would be approximately here, okay? You can draw a 90-degree angle, okay? So what I'm going to do is do a set of 25. Now, when I go in, it is slightly inside of my shoulders. This is going to work the tricep, okay? This is the muscle on the back of the arm. I'm not going to try to get real technical with you. I just want to give you the basics, okay? So what that will look like, and I'm going to do a set of, I'll just do a set of 20 real quick so we don't waste a lot of time, okay? So again, up on my toes, hands inside of my shoulders, and I'm going all the way down, making sure that I get inside or I get to 90 degrees. Okay, that was a set of 20. Now what we want to keep in mind is we want to make sure we breathe. Okay? So when we exert the force, we want to make sure we breathe out. So as I'm going down, I want to breathe in, and then the force is up. I want to exhale. Okay, so when we're doing these, let's make sure we do them correctly. Now, in between that, I like to get some sets of curl-ups. Now, a couple different ways. I like to work the obliques. I like to work just the abs in general. Obliques, sides, okay? I don't like to work those as much as I just work my abs, okay? So what I do is I do 5 sets, 2 sets of obliques of 25. All right, again, I'm just for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna do 20. So when I work the obliques, now you can have somebody hold your legs. I have dumbbells here. I put my feet under, okay? Slight bend in the knees. And what we don't want to do, I'm going to tilt this up so we can see it. We don't want to do this. We don't want to put pressure on the neck, okay? When I do this, I might put my hands on my temples, okay? So I can twist to work the obliques, okay? Or we could cross our hands on our chest. Or, I'm gonna adjust this again. We could put our hands down on the floor and we can move them approximately 4 inches, okay? But when I work my obliques, I like to put my hands up here, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate, 10, 15, 20 of those, okay? This is for the obliques. What we wanna do is take your right elbow inside your left knee as we go down. Left elbow inside your right knee. I'll demonstrate about 10 of those, okay? Make sure I have everything set. Here we go. Okay, that was 10 of those. Okay, so then what I'll do is I'll come back to my push-ups. Now I want to work the chest. My close push-ups work the triceps. Now I want to widen out and work the chest. Okay, what that will look like. Okay, this was my triceps, inside my shoulders, chest as wide as I can get. Again, getting to 90 degrees. I'm going to demonstrate about 10 of these for you. Again, what I do is I go in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, 8 sets, okay, which will total 25 each set, will total 200 push-ups, okay? So then what I'll do in between sets, I'll go back to my abs, and obliques, I could do 2 sets in a row, I could do whatever. I'm gonna do a total of 5 sets, okay? So I'm gonna demonstrate just the regular ab. What I like to do is put my hands flat on the floor, flat on the floor. Demonstrate, okay? You want to move them about 4 to 6 inches, keeping them flat on the floor. Okay? I'm focusing at about a 45-degree angle. Okay? I'm not looking up, I'm not looking straight, but a 45-degree angle with my eyes. Okay? Okay, that's about 10. Okay? So I've worked triceps, I've worked chest, I've worked obliques, and I've worked my abs. Okay? Again, abs, I do 5 sets of 25, 2 obliques, and 3 abs. Okay? The next thing I want to go to is your back. Okay? And what I like to do, now I do have a 10-pound weight. I do have some old dumbbells, which they probably have about 45 pounds on them, something like that. Now, what we could do is you just need to find something that's going to give you stabilization, okay? And what you want to do, we'll make sure this is turned the proper way. So these are upright rows. Okay, you notice my knee is stable on the bench. I have this kicked out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to extend up all the way down. I'm going to give you a demonstration. Up, all the way down. Up, all the way down. Up, all the way down. And what I would do is then just switch, okay? After I do sets of 8 to 12 with each arm, okay? Those are for your back. That's your upright rows, okay? Now, another thing we could do, again, I'm going to adjust this. We can work our shoulders, okay? We can do shoulder presses. Now, we can do those in a number of ways. I can sit down, and again, shoulders, I don't like to use a lot of weight, so I'm actually just going to use the 10-pound weights. That should be about right. So, if we sit here, okay, you want your feet wide for balance, you want to get the weights up. Now, the biggest thing is when we come down. Okay, I'm going to go all the way up. When I come down, I want to get to, there's your 90 degrees. Okay? I can get a little beyond there, but I don't want to go too far. Okay? So you want to do, again, sets of 8 to 12 of your shoulder presses. And again, 10-pound weights. If you don't feel it's enough, you're not getting enough, increase the intensity. How do we do that? More reps. Okay? More weight. I can increase on my dumbbells. So anytime you don't feel you're getting the workout that you need, increase that intensity. Okay? So the next thing I want to do is work the triceps just a little more. I'm going to give you some options with your triceps. Okay? One is a kickback, is what we call it. And you don't need a lot of weight for these. And again, the biggest part of this exercise is keeping the elbow to the shoulder stationary. And then we're just going to lift the bottom of that weight towards the sky. Okay? So what we're going to do is do this. And at the end, right here at the top, just squeeze. That's where it's going to really work the tricep. Squeeze at the top. And again, you want to get anywhere from 8 to 12, depending on the weight that you use, your skill level, your fitness level, things like that. And then obviously you would switch and you would do the same thing with the other arm. Okay? So we've worked our abs, our obliques, our triceps a number of times. We've worked our chest with the push-ups. I also want to work biceps. Now, you can use any weight that you want, but on a bicep curl, I'm going to tilt this up a little bit. Now, on a bicep curl, there's 2 types. We have our regular curl, where we're going to start here with the weights, and we're going to rotate. Okay? This is going to And I'm not going to get technical with you, but notice I'm not swinging them. Okay, I finish my first rep, finish my second rep, finish my next one before I start. Okay, that's your regular bicep curl. Now, that's one portion of the bicep. The other that will work the other part of the bicep, which is the lower part of the bicep, is a hammer curl. Just like you're hammering a nail with a hammer. You're not going to rotate. You're not going to rotate the weights. It's just up and back. And notice I am finishing the rep before I start the second. Okay? And my recommendation, again, what weight you use, things like that. Let's again strive for, anywhere from 18 to 24, which that's total, which would be, 9 to 12 reps. Okay, and 3 sets. Now, when I say this for the reps per set, I mean working 3 sets as well. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to give out to you is something. Now, I have a treadmill in my house. Depending on your fitness level, what you want to do is make sure you stay in your target heart rate zone. And I have a website that makes it very simple. And I'm going to show you right here. Calorie King. Okay. Now, all you have to do is you have to put your age in there, and I'm just going to put the age of 40 in there to make it simple. And you need to put your resting heart rate. So, how do we find our resting heart rate? Pretty simple. Okay, we can use our radial pulse, which is on the thumb side. Don't use your thumb, use your 2 fingers to count. You want to count for 30 seconds, double it, or I just prefer to count for a minute total. Okay? Or we can use our carotid pulse, which is on the inside of the neck. Okay? So you will need to count that, and you will need to insert that in there. And let's just say 62, and then you calculate. So a 40-year-old with a 62 resting heart rate, this is their 120 to 160. That is their target heart rate zone. Now, why is that important? Target heart rate zone ensures that we're getting the maximum benefit out of that activity. So if you're on a treadmill and you're below 120 beats per minute, what do we want to do? Again, we want to increase the intensity. How can we do that on the treadmill? Increase the speed, incline it, or go longer. Okay? We can do anything to increase it, including the frequency, the intensity, the time, the types, things like that. Okay, but for right now, let's just think of intensity to increase it. Let's think of inclining, going faster. Okay, now if you don't have a treadmill, I know that during these times you want to kind of get outside anyway, get some fresh air if you're able to. I mean, it's 87 degrees here in Florida today. Some of us are still not able to do that, but I get outside and I walk with my wife or my kids or something like that, but you want to make sure you stay in your target heart rate zone. I've had times that I've had to walk around my house. Okay, you do what you have to do, but I hope I gave you some ideas. This is the upper body home workout. We talked about push-ups, the upright rows for the back. The push-ups work the triceps and the chest. The curl-ups for the abs and the obliques. We did the shoulder press for the shoulder. The kickbacks for the triceps. The biceps, we did the bicep curls. And then I talked about the treadmill to get our fitness. Okay, this is going to come to an end, this coronavirus thing. And I shot on the table all day. And it's you got to do something here. I'm missing the gym. And workouts are part of my daily routine. So I hope this helped you. Please comment, give me a thumbs up. I do appreciate everyone's watching the channel. Tell your friends, and please subscribe. And of course, have a good one.